DR fam, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a great today's Wednesday. Man, that Monday off kind of throws you way off. Yeah, but glad today is Wednesday. All right, I should know because Wednesday is always my busiest day, and today was definitely that case. So uh, I personally didn't do too much today, but then went back and looked at the market after around 3 o'clock or so, and I was like, man, I missed some really good action today. So anyway, let's talk about it real quick. We're gonna keep this one short, but I'll say this. One of the things we talk about is how we trade and why we trade, and some folks trade just to build up an account and say, "Ooh, look how much I have in my account." I trade to take that money and use it for something else, right? And so that's the goal for me. And so we start looking at things like need a new desk. So some of that trading money is going to go to that desk. New monitors, all that stuff. So just remember, you got to have your why you're doing this, and it can't just be to say, hey, I did it, right? You got to have a reason why you're doing it because this is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of brain power, especially if you work a 9 to 5. You're trying to do this kind of off the side of your desk. So just as we go into the new year, just remember why you're doing what you're doing, and that'll help you keep focus, right? At least that's what it is for me. Okay, so let's make this quick off the soapbox, and let's jump in as normal. ES on the left side, NQ on the right side, and I tell you, the trade I did today was the first trade, right? And so I was on NQ. So let's make NQ a little bigger so we can dive in here really quick. All right, and so pretty much we confirmed low right around 10:45, moved back up. All right, and if you notice, it was kind of if you look watching the price action at that time, it was very kind of this kind of pattern, right? It was just a lot of consolidation, but it looks like we had some movement, but it was a consolidated movement, so you had to have a little more patience than normal, and so once we retrace back up above. I put my order in on IDR low, and this little red candle right here is really the only trade I took today. And I really was scalping it, right? So what I've gotten to with NQ is it's hard for me to just set a trade and walk away from it because NQ moves so quickly, right? You could be up and down 20 points on NQ in a blink of an eye, and so it's hard for me to really just set set a true stop loss and set a true take profit target without me sitting there watching it, right? So if I'm trading ES, yeah, I do that all day long because ES moves again in that much smoother pattern and motion. So anyway, so that was my trade sale NQ. Multiple contracts, so I was fine with the my profit on that one. Definitely wasn't yesterday's profit, but today it was fine. All right, and then I said, you know what, guys, I got work to do, so let me just leave it alone. And as soon as I said that, right, so I really literally stopped looking at the chart, and I really did have a really busy day today, and so and I look back and I'm going like, wait a minute, what happened, right? So all this was happening. Took my little trade, price started to move back up. I'm like, all right, I basically leave the chart alone. So that's it for me for today, right? But let's look at what happened. This is incredible, like, right? So here, boom, right? We have this opportunity here, point 0.5 fib, run that all the way back down, okay? Do it again, right? We have opportunity here, another point 0.5 fib, run that all the way back down, okay? Um, then we come back up here again, and we actually end up with a really nice. And let me not circle both of these. I want to circle one at a time. You actually end up with a really nice a retirement setup. We haven't talked about a retirement setup in a while, right? And this is kind of it's almost there, right? So I'd have liked it to get back up here a little bit more. And so technically on the NQ, this would still have been a point 0.5 fib trade, right? It would have been here, and you would have had to like if you didn't get out on this little drop and this retrace, you'd have had to like hold up for it to get back up here and then come back down again. I'm not even sure how many points that is, but depending on your risk tolerance, and where your stop loss is, it's a possibility you may have gotten stopped out on that trade. Now, here's the cool part, right? Because again, I'm in here. If I do get here and I get stopped out, what are we doing? We're putting the trade right back on, all right? So I can make that up very quickly, because if you notice what happens, that's our third one for the day, right? So 3.5 fib trades, really easy. Again, like I said, I did this trade over here. I would not have done it again. The fact that we moved back up to the point 0.5 fib would have been where I would have actually gotten in that trade. That gave me a lot more room to run. Okay, so three really nice DR trades off the point 0.5 fib. Now, just noticing again, I'm looking kind of almost at the first time. Let me clear this, and we'll bring it back. Now, here's one where we would have gotten ourselves in a little bit of trouble, maybe, but it depends on how you handle your stop loss, right? So, if I'm in the trade here, and price is moving down, okay, which is what we want, and then all of a sudden, if I move my stop loss down, let's say I move my stop loss down here somewhere, I'm getting stopped out of that trade because price shot back up and then came back down. Okay, so again, that's just one of those things, like I said, for NQ is one of the things that I have to be really careful of, because I like to move my stop loss in line with how the price is moving, but you can kind of see what would happen if I did that. Now, if I had a stop loss, let's say up here, right off the original trade, and and I would have been fine. I would just have to pay a little more patience, right, and just trust that it was going to continue to move down. Okay, so that's NQ. Yeah, not going to belabor it. Hopefully you guys can see it. We love our point 0.5 fib trades. All right, so let's go now to, if it'll let me. Oh, that's why I'm still on the thing. Hold on, guys. Okay, now let's try that. All right, boom, there we go. Okay, so let's look at ES. And I didn't look at ES at all, so bear with me on this one. But you guys should be able to do this by now with me as well. Same thing. Now, we did not have, this was the trade on NQ that I took, but notice we didn't come back up above DR until this candle, and so we just actually kept going. So that's actually really nice. It actually would have saved you a little bit, or kept you out of potential a bad trade, because now we move above IDR low. Orders on IDR low, we get picked up here, a little bit of a retrace up in this area, and then we have this movement here. Now remember, this ES, so we're talking about that's only like a 3-4 point move, right? So not a lot, but again, it is legitimate, right? If you're scalping, you should be okay, especially if you're scalping multiple contracts. All right, we come back up again, and now here's where it gets fun, right? Because if you look at this, we come up here, we come up back above, we go above IDR high. All right, remember, we confirmed low. So that means that I'm setting up my retirement setup, and I can see that on that candle right here, this little long wick candle. I can see it that, and then I can just hang out and let price come back down. Same issue we had before though on NQ, where you had that movement up. This must have been around 2 o'clock. Yep, I see. Yeah, because we had today was FOMC meeting minutes, where it was at 2 o'clock today. So that's where that action. So, me, I would not have been trading at 2 o'clock. All right, I'll just say that. I let it digest itself. But if you were, and you were still in a trade with a stop loss up here, you would have been okay. You'd have gotten some clenching of the buttocks, but you would have been okay. All right. And then you look around 2:30, we have that nice, now here's a really nice retirement setup. Up here, same thing though, you'd have to like handle some of the heat from that retrace. And then we get a really nice move on down to about 3 o'clock. If you were really, determined to trade something, you missed that one, there's one more for you at around 3:30 going into close, where you could have gotten it on IDR low and then just wrote that down. Okay, and that's actually a really nice move. That was let's say 45.53. So that's a 10-point move if you'd have held it there. Okay, so I mean, overall, just some really good moves today. Nothing too dangerous. Again, I would have stayed away from anything around 2 o'clock. Because again, anything with FOMC and interest rates and all that stuff causes some serious volatility in the market. And the thing for me is, why would I risk it when I could just wait for a price to settle down, and then I get into I get a nice move like that. Okay, so that's how I would think about that. So like we said, make sure you are looking at whether it's Forex Factory or the other one that tells you what's happening in the market. If you're going to trade and you're going to scalp and all those kind of things, you really need to know what's happening and also what time it's happening, okay? Because those impact the market. All right. I've gotten caught before where I forgot something was happening and you know, I've gotten killed on a trade because I wasn't paying attention to the fact that it was news happening and it went, you know, went against where my trade was going. And I've also had it where it saved me where I'm like, oh, 10 o'clock's coming. Let me get out of this trade. Right. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's it. So hopefully this was helpful as always. Appreciate everybody's support and New Year's. You know, we're down, right? We're down. We only lost about 100 points today from on the NQ compared to yesterday, so not bad. Remember, we lost about 400 points yesterday on NQ, so not a bad day. Kind of more of a consolidation day with some downward movement, but it's really kind of still a consolidation day to me. All right, we took out another daily sell side, and so the next one I'm looking for is down here at 16,396. If we don't rally back to the upside, our next daily buy side is way up at back up 17,131. And let me do this real quick. Let me look at the daily here so I can really see where it's at. Let's make sure. Yeah, so our new sell side. Let me get rid of that real quick. And also to get off here, but let me just do this really quick. All right, so it's good. So we took sell side out, the daily. So let's pull that down here. So that's our new sell side. And then we actually do have a buy side. We set a new buy side, which is going to be. Let's see if I can get it to work really quick. Where'd it go? This is going to annoy me. Oh, there it is. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, so let's set a new buy side. We have one right there. Okay, so that's going to be our daily buy side on NQ. We have another one up here at the next, right below that, the other fair value gap, but I'll mark that out later. So we do have some room here. So we got about a couple hundred points of room. 200 points of room on NQ. And I'm sure the ES is something similar, but I'll won't bore you guys with that piece. All right, but like I say, every night go through, mark your charts up, see what's next for you, and that's where you're trying to head to. So, all right, guys, love on your loved ones. You never know when you won't be able to do it again, so take advantage of each and every opportunity. And I appreciate each one of you, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. All right, tomorrow's Thursday, still another busy day, but hopefully I'll have a little more time to actually make the market work for me. All right. Anyway, guys, have a great one. We'll talk to you later.